Hey there guys, and welcome back to Mana Down Under. For this video, I want to talk about my deepest, darkest secret in Magic the Gathering. I really like gold border cards, like a lot. I think they're great, I think they look exotic, different. The overall design and appeal, and the mix of gold with certain colours in the old border, I love it. I love gold border cards, and that's going to be the video. I want to talk about them as a use, where we can use them, maybe changing some legal rules around them, maybe bringing them back, and I just want to talk about the value on them. Like, some of them are quite expensive now. So the gold border cards, or I'm going to scoot over here so we can actually see it. Gold border cards were from the World Tournament decks, and these were like the top 4 decks for a year, and they went from I think 97 to 2004. The main thing was they had this back on them. It's not a typical Magic back, and that's what defines a legal Magic card, having the correct back. So they had like Magic Worlds, and it had the place and the year underneath it. And it's a cool little story, a bit of history. I have a couple in my binders and saved away, but for most people, they used them on kitchen table Magic, and that was really it. This video I want to talk about maybe using them in Commander, because Commander's getting expensive to play in. When you opened them up, there was additional information cards. So you had things like this, which was all the 4 world champions for the set. Then you also had more about the particular person's deck you're piloting and about them. And then you had the actual deck list, which you can see all along here. And every set did this. But the actual product itself, the cards would be gold border with a gold print of their signature somewhere on the card. Some signatures were bigger than others, some were more obnoxious and take up more card space. But it's still a pretty cool little bit of story. They actually have some value on them. There are some expensive cards, even reserveless cards here. Things like Gaia's Cradle, $200+ reserveless card is here. So I'm just going to go through a couple here that are my favourite, and then we'll actually talk about each year individually and the value in them. So you had things like Birds of Paradise with the really cool 7th edition art, which people love. You have even fetch lands, modern fetch lands, Flooded Strand, Gaia's Cradle, like I said, that $200 reserveless card, here it is. Forest, even such a basic land, they look really cool. I've seen a few people pimp out an entire deck with these, and it looks great. Island, that's a great looking one with the modern border as well. Blinkmoth Nexus, sees a bit of play still in that affinity build. That Brainstorm, one of the most popular Mercadian mass versions with the gold border, the gold text, it all kind of ties in quite nice. I love the gold border so much. Now the main problem with this is the backs, like I said earlier. If you can see the back of the card is different from the rest, it's like a marked card, you're cheating in the game technically. And that's why they're not legal in anything, because it's back. But I don't know about you, but my sleeves aren't transparent, and most people don't have sleeves that let through light anymore. Most people. The lighter colours tend to, but I reckon they should make it, if your sleeves do not let any light through and you can't see the back, they should be allowed to be used. They're the same card stock, they're the same size, it's just that front border and that back. And the main reason why I want to argue for this is, I don't know if other people do it, but me myself, I want to build a deck to its max potential. I don't like building decks that are watered down because I can't afford the rest of it. I like building the deck how it should be and what it can do. Some people call this being a tryhard, being sweaty. Kind of is, not gonna lie. But for example, like an elf deck in Commander can be really scary. If they have that Gaia's Cradle, even gets more scary, but that Gaia's Cradle is going to be worth more than the whole deck put together. But they could run the gold border version, provided the playgroup lets them. Maybe the rules in Commander get changed, because Commander's a casual format, and you could run it, and it would save you $150. The gold border version is still, I think, $50 because of its demand. And that's kind of where I'm going from. I would love people to allow the use of them in Commander more often to help make deck building a bit more affordable. Now, I get Standard and Modern. That's a totally different beast altogether. Standard and Modern are competitive formats where you actually go to tournaments, GPs, Friday Night Magic, you're trying to win prizes. Therefore, you need the deck. Some shops have like a 10% lenience on proxies, but I get that part. Probably not allowing them there. Or Legacy and Vintage, same thing altogether. No gold borders, that makes sense there. Those are the more expensive formats. If you're playing them, you need the cards. But Commander's always been the casual heart of Magic. So, if we're casual, why don't we let the rules a little bit looser and allow the gold borders? Now we'll go actually to the years, and I'll keep talking through it. So it started in 97, they're called just the World Championship deck, so WC, and then the year. So the first few years is where it got pretty nutty. So first year, you had Force of Will. What, a $70 counterspell that sees play in Vintage and Legacy? In Commander sometimes if they're sweaty enough. Swords to Plowshare, not worth much, but I love the gold border. Thawing Glaciers, now a near $30 card because of the reserveless buyouts. People kind of didn't catch on to it quick enough. It's a really good card for monocolor decks. Even your Pain Lands, they're all here and they look great. In 98, it even got more nuts. You had Wasteland, Volrath Stronghold, which I think is $80 at one point, I think it's reserveless too. City of Brass, not reserveless, but I like the gold border, it all ties in well together. Armageddon, very simple card design with gold border. Then continuing on with 98, Scroll Rack, Curse Scroll, another reserveless card, Recurring Nightmares, Survival of the Fittest. $30, $70 I think, they're all reserveless, except for Scroll Rack. And here they are, in gold border forms. If you want to play with them, they're a lot cheaper this way. It's just gotta let your playgroup allow you, really. Continuing with 98, Gemstone Mine. Used to see it play in a bit of those turbo decks. Birds of Paradise, Firestorm, even that Mana Leak, how cool does that look? You can see there's a bit of attraction for it. Then into 99, City of Traders, I think $230, Grim Monolith, or Reserve List Hatred, Yawgmoth Will. All reserveless cards that are expensive, and if you play them in Commander, they're real nuts. So that's kind of why I want to advocate for it. Ancient Tomb, gonna get reprinted Ultimate Master, thank God. Khan Silver Golem, Corpse Dance, Vampiric Tutor, which not reserveless, but can get a little more expensive sometimes. 2000, the mud decks, this is where you guys came out. You had Metalworker, Grim Monolith came back again, and that's the thing. Some of these really expensive cards, because, well, the way rotation worked, did occur multiple years. Richard and Port is in a few sets. And then you've got Academy Rector. These are so many reserveless cards worth so much money and they're in gold border. You can play with them in Commander and not feel too bad about your wallet. Replenish. I love the Thran Dynamo with the gold border. It just looks so good together. Defense Grid. See still a bit of play. The Tutor. Gone down a bit in price because it has had a few reprints. And then 2001. This is where it kind of tapered off a little bit for a while. Phyrexian Arena. About a $10 card. The Red-Black Painland. Lord of Atlantis, Fact Fiction, nothing too hardcore, but they do see playable. They're not expensive, but they're still playables. Oh, and Richard and Port was back again. Then for 2002, this is where it really took a bit of a slump. Opposition, Birds of Paradise. Again, more Painlands, nothing here worth more than $10. Then 2003, it picked up again. We had Fetch Lands, and they were Onslaught Fetch Lands, which had the old border design, but they were in the modern design, but with the Onslaught symbol with gold border. Little weird, but here they are. You had Bloodstained Mire and Flooded Strand, Entomb, Patriarch's Bidding, even Maria's Wake. 2003 was a good year, especially with those Fetch Lands. Then to 04, another Fetch Land. We had the Windswept Heath, Eternal Witness, Glimmer Void, Wrath of God. These old cards that see so much play in Commander. And they're a little bit on the pricey side. So at 2004 is when it ended. That was when they deemed it not popular enough. I believe the reason was fat packs and intro decks at the time were selling more, hence why they canned this. So move back into center now. That's my, not an argument, my discussion, my debate. I'd love gold borders to come back in for Commander. I know my entire playgroup, everyone I know, this leaves like nothing through. You can't see the back, it's not cheating. It would just make deck building easier. Like, you're not going to have to worry about, oh, going to cost me $1,000 to build this deck. You could save quite a bit in gold border, provided your playgroup lets you. If they ever make a rule change in Commander, provided you had the correct sleeves, that'd be amazing. I'd be so happy. I know some people hate them. Some people despise these cards. They think they're ugly, they're fake. They still feel the same thing. They are the real deal. It's just that back. That's what makes them not legal, really. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Does anyone else like gold borders just for the aesthetic? Do you like the look of them? Like I said, I think they're amazing because they're different, they're exotic. That's why I like them, maybe. And gold's one of my favorite colors. Yeah. Does your playgroup let you play with them? Do you have a rule within your group, like maybe the sleeve thing, or only so many in a deck? Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I would love to hear everyone's thought on the gold border. I personally am trying to get as many as I can. I love building with them. I love to pimp out decks if I can. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it, and let me know, guys. Have a good one. See yous. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like and sub and click the bell icon for notifications. It's greatly appreciated. And if you have any deck or video ideas, just suggest them down below. And have a good one, guys.